Hello, everybody, and welcome to our weekly Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition online role-playing adventures. We live stream our sessions every Friday evening. You can keep up with our adventures on YouTube, as well as catch weekly recaps on RogueWatson.com. I am Chris, your Dungeon Master, and I am joined by our awesome players. Eric, playing Kazan, the Half-Elf Warlock. Hello, Eric.
Hello, Christopher. Don't forget my inspiration this week.
Thank you for the reminder. Heather, playing Bryces, the Tiefling Sorcerer. Hello, Heather.
Hi.
Reese, playing Tim.
I already have inspiration.
Yes, you do. You don't need it. Reese, playing Tim, the Warforged Cleric.
Whoa!
Oh, perfection.
Who plays whom?
Playing with myself currently.
Rochelle, playing Corinne, the Blue Dragonborn Sorcerer. Hello, Rochelle.
Hi.
Raymond, playing Halfred, the Halfling Ranger. Hello, Raymond.
There's a child behind you.
Oh, dear. Oh, God, there is. I had to go to Skype. She's just standing there. Hello, Kelly.
Hi, baby.
We use Roll20.net for our tabletop campaign, Skype for our video chat, and I am recording it all using Open Broadcaster software. Previously on Storm King's Thunder. Arriving in Hundlestone.
Bigger.
Yes, yes.
You
Arriving.
don't freak out unless she starts crawling out of the computer monitor.
Oh.
Then it's a problem.
I'm gonna have to quit. All right, that's it for tonight. Bye,
She's got that
guys.
super straight, thin hair too. So
Yeah.
if she like stands up, she can totally fucking do that. Thankfully, it's blonde and not black. But hey.
Yeah.
Still talking about my creeper child?
Yep.
Hi, baby. He's currently crawling into our bed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Arriving in Hundlestone, the party made their way straight to Thwip Ironbottom, a gnome tinker who was also a Harper agent handler, and the only real person who could read the coded ledger they held in their possession. Thwip proved to be a helpful, if eccentric, source of information. He used the information in the ledger, as well as what he had collected previously, to complete a map of Faerun with the giants' most frequent sightings grouped together. He also had vague information on what the giants were actually doing. The hill giants were raiding farms and villages, taking food away in the name of their chief. The stone giants were destroying buildings and constructing odd stacked stone structures in their place. The frost giants were sailing down the coast, raiding towns. The fire giants were taking slaves and making them dig for something. The cloud giants were seeking out any magical artifacts they could find, and the storm giants had disappeared completely. Thwip also told the party they might seek an alliance with the Harpers after their help to the organization, but they must first visit a wizard in Everland to accomplish this. The party was at first wary due to the great distance, but they drug out of the gnome that the Harpers had some way of traveling quickly about, and that was enough to motivate the party to head there. And so, after buying some gadgets from the gnome, they did just that, leaving out on the road. They had, however, been tracked again by the nefarious Zents, who had sent more men to attempt to kill the party. The attack backfired, however, when a cliffside ambush was foiled by powerful magics, which blasted, paralyzed, shoved off cliffs, and stuffed them in bags. In the end, 4 Zents had died, 1 had been sent down the river, and 1 had been driven insane by being stuffed into an endless void. The party had learned that they had been ordered by Captain Zalen out of Xantharel's Keep, though they themselves were stationed in Neverwinter. This was convenient for the party, as Xantharel's Keep was already on their way, and they were already headed there to attempt to track down the Weevil. And so, the party heads down the road again.
On the road again.
Yeah.
Why don't we have any traveling music?
You guys, back to the map.
We're gonna get very familiar with this map.
Yes, you are. You're very familiar. You guys... So, you left behind the river crossing, which is where you were ambushed. You made it another maybe 10 miles out, where you camped for the night, and I believe that is where you left things, sleeping. I don't think anybody had anything to do, like, identify or anything like that in the night, I don't believe. And you guys we've already established that your guys' is like routine for sleeping and sentries and food and all that jazz.
Alarm and Tim.
Alarm and Tim, yep. So, you pass the night, and Tim, you don't hear anything. You hear a few, like, maybe rabbits, squirrels, wildlife, but as the fire died down in the evening, you didn't...
Have we taught Tim that rabbits and squirrels don't pose a threat to us?
I was to say, I think my alarm would
He's
work.
probably going to wake us up and tell everybody to grab fucking axes and shit.
The attack is on, friends! Yeah, so maybe he wakes you up in the middle of the night once or twice, and you have to tell him that only actual dangers warrant waking you up.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, you sleep through the night and wake up the next morning. The next day, let's see, 5... So you guys, just so you know, on horseback, you can go 30 miles, and each of these hexes is 10 miles, so you're going to go 3 hexes a day on horseback. It's not that far at all.
If you didn't sleep at night, it could go a lot faster.
It's true.
Stupid
Horses.
humans.
We need to come up with some kind of caravan system because Tim can just go all night.
Yeah.
But the horses.
The horses
Horses
will
are
die.
I mean, we'd have to get new horses at Luskan, I'm sure.
That would be a price.
You're a ranger, can't you talk to the horses? Whisper to them, if you will.
You don't need to sleep.
Make them less fatigued just by talking to them.
Go really fast.
You make it to midday and you...
Are we still in like cold country up here? What's the weather like?
As you travel down, the snow is still on the ground here. You're not in the... So when you guys were Hundlestone and any farther north than Hundlestone, or pretty much any farther north than the river you just crossed, it was like feet of snow. You were traveling through like snowpack.
Oh boy.
As you cross that river and head south, there's still snow on the ground where you are. It's definitely still cold, but you can see green. There are trees. You're starting to see pine trees, and you're starting to see grassy areas that aren't covered by snow. So it's not pure white anymore. You travel through midday, and don't see anything of interest. You travel another 10 miles, and as it gets to be late in the day anyway, when you would normally, you might be a mile or two from when you would normally stop. You come across you see down the road a caravan. It's got there are 2 horses, each with a wagon on the back of them. And there's a couple kids in the back of one of the wagons, and there's a man at the seat of that one, and there's a female dwarf sitting on the wagon in the front. And they kind of they're coming your direction, and as they come closer, the female dwarf waves at you. And introduces herself as Barika. And she says that you all look mighty formidable. She says, we were already going to stop for the night. I don't suppose you good folks would like to camp with us this evening. We'd appreciate having such heavily armed folks such as yourselves.
They're totally gonna rob us and try to murder us in our sleep.
I would like to roll insight as I stare at her.
Sure, go for it.
Anything, keep going.
To see if she appears to be hiding anything.
You don't know.
Tim's eyes start to glow.
Oh no, here come the lasers.
Die, woman. You also don't know.
Well,
Let's
seems nice
all
to me.
try.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can't all suck at this, right? Oh, crap.
I had a
Alpha's ears start
+6.
twitching.
I got a +6.
All right, Corinne, you're it. Give it a try.
This dwarf woman's face is stone faced, and your guys are just getting
Yep.
nothing.
Like, we've been on the road for a while. I haven't seen people in a while. Lost my game.
Hold on, give me a second.
Okay.
Corinne knows
Oh.
all the things.
Wait.
Well, she
You
did,
did roll that with advantage.
Oh,
So it would have been an 8.
It would have been an
Sorry.
advantage.
didn't do that.
So you also
We
can
rolled
tell
a
them.
full house.
Shit, our highest roll was an 11 out of 5 rolls.
Yep. No.
Fucking awful. So,
Well,
describe their situation
Might as
again.
well camp with them.
There's
There is no other option.
There's a dwarf woman leading one wagon. If you were to actually look in the back, you would see that there's what looks to be a dwarf boy in the back of that wagon. In the wagon behind her, there's a man and a woman and 3 children in the back of that wagon.
So why is she saying all this? We're just looking into the wagon.
Maybe are you like inspecting the wagons?
We're just glancing around,
Okay.
as you do.
I'm lifting up flaps, looking inside.
Oh god. Wait. So were they heading up?
Yes.
Opposite direction?
Yeah, they're heading
Okay.
north.
Be like, yeah, we could camp with you. We'd love to share stories about where you've come from and where we've been. Break bread with you. Is this your family?
She says, "This is my son, Alec." He's
I nod.
The little boy doesn't say anything. She says, "These are friends of ours in the back. This kind family." And the guy just sort of waves. She says, "I'm leading us all north. We'll make dinner. We'll have a little chat. We'll tell you what's going on."
This feels like a Walking Dead scenario. Like, we're gonna end up eating people or something. Is what's gonna happen.
She's gonna pull out like human body parts. Dinner
Yeah.
time. No, she directs.
This is
She
out of game real quick. My HP on my character sheet has a big red circle and bar through it.
Let me take a look. I don't see that.
Never mind.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what that is.
I'll close this.
Okay.
Keep going.
So she directs the man to sort of start a fire, and they pull out some food that they had brought with them, and they kind of set up a nice little fire and cook some meat, and they pull out some bread that they have, and they sort of sit around the fire, and the kids eat and play, and they pass you all some food, in exchange for ostensibly in exchange for your protection for the night, just sleeping near armed people. Food's pretty good. You're not sure what kind of meat it is. it looks like
Not too many cows around here. If you know what I mean.
But the bread is decent. It's.
I want to bring up that these roads don't seem particularly safe, and they seem to be traveling without any protection whatsoever.
She says it's.
First, I'll introduce like my name. We'll get to like the pleasantries.
Okay, yeah, and she does that with the other family and their kids too. They're sort of the other family is clearly taking this dwarf woman's lead. Like she's just sort of she's the one like calling the shots here. You can tell like they're just sort of tagging along. She says it was desperation that put us on the road in the first place. We don't want to travel north, but I have a cousin in Fireshire that I'm taking us to go stay up there. It's those goddamn giants, you see. Luskan's been terrorized for the last couple days. The giants have been floating by in their boats and throwing rocks and pieces of debris and all sorts of stuff, just chunking them into the city, doing all sorts of damage. Everyone's terrified of what they might do next. The wizards.
Do you know what kind of giants?
She doesn't. She just
Any
says
descriptions.
She says they're in big boats, and they're just sort of sailing by the city, throwing stuff into the city as they sail by, and they've done a couple passes like that over the last couple
other
days.
frost giant guys going down the Sword Coast.
She says the wizards told us they protect us, but they don't care about us common folk. They'd let us all die if it suited them.
Probably. What makes you think Fireshear is safer?
I don't. I have a cousin up there. And I was going to go... Had? What?
Well, we haven't technically been to Fireshear, but we came from the north, and it was not super safe. Bryn Shander was sieged by frost giants. And they're still running amok up there, and apparently down the Sword Coast as well.
She sort of lets out a long breath and takes in the information. She says, do you folks not think it's safe to go north?
Fireshear might be okay, but I think the giants are looking for something, and if they think that thing is in a particular city, then they will attack it.
She says, well, perhaps we ought to go back inland then. They said they went as far as Bryn Shander. Do you know if they went over land or if they sailed up, or how did they get to Bryn Shander? Boats.
They came via boats. Yeah, so I think the group that attacked Luskan might be part of that same frost giant.
What about
assault?
What about Hundlestone? It's up in the hills, right? Surely that would be safe.
Hundlestone seems to be okay so far. I mean, it's pretty close to Bryn Shander, but it's not on the water, so that seems to be where the frost giants are attacking.
I think the safest is to go down. Have you heard of the mole people?
So I would rather go to Hundlestone than Fireshear.
She thinks about this for a minute and says, maybe we'll do that, just for the time being anyway, until all this giant hullabaloo blows over.
It is a hullabaloo.
That's pretty much all she has to say about why they're traveling.
So was Luskan still under attack when they left?
Yeah, she said that when they left, the giant ships had still been just sort of sailing by, and rocks had been thrown at the city. And that had just been happening periodically.
Well, that sucks. We're hoping to get some nice rest there.
Yeah. The rest of the conversation is sort of pleasantries and her asking about your guys' travels. If you want to tell
her about the... I'd mainly tell her about the Bryn Shander assault on the giants. I don't explain any of the Ring of Winter stuff or any of that, but just that we are actually investigating the giant problem, and that's kind of as far as I'll go with that, and say that our travels will hopefully take us towards resolving this problem. But for now, we can't really fight them so much. So the best thing to do is to just try to protect people. We're like the Avengers, only we can't actually fight the bad guys. We just grab people and run like hell.
Run away from the bad guys. Yeah. That's not like the Avengers at all.
Shut up. I'm using that analogy.
So are the kids and the rest of the other people, are they just as friendly or talkative as the little dwarf woman is?
They're just as friendly. They're not nearly as talkative.
Okay.
They're all
so I'm totally gonna teach the kids some card tricks to help them earn some money in their new town that they're going to.
The human kids are kind of afraid of you. The horns and the red eyes, or what color are your eyes? They glow red.
Purple.
They're purple. Okay, they glow red when you're angry, but
yep.
And you can kind of talk to them a little bit, but they're kind of shy and sticking to their parents. But the dwarf woman's little boy is all over it. He wants to look at your cards and play with them.
I got me a little protege.
Teach him a few card tricks.
Oh yeah. We're laughing. We're having a good time showing those little human kids that they're being snobs.
Money's changing hands.
That's right. Check your little boy's money.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the only way he's gonna learn. He'll make it back in Hundlestone. He'll be okay.
There you go.
Or he'll die. Whatever.
Or he'll starve to death. Those
little Timmy.
Those 3 coppers are what they had to eat off of.
You know what? I'll give him some money because the meal was really good.
Okay.
I want to give her 10 gold pieces and like quietly, like when nobody else can see. And just put that in her pocket and be like, look, if you can't make it to Fireshear or something, hopefully this will help you guys get a room or something in Millstone. Keep the kids safe.
She thanks you very, very heartily. She says, this'll, if we do head to, she says, well, this cinches it then. We're going to head straight to Hundlestone. I was just worried about where we were going to stay, what we were going to eat when we got there. My cousin in Fireshear is, the only reason we were going there is because I was hoping we could just sleep under his roof. But with this, we'll be able to survive in Hundlestone. So thank you.
I mean, you can try to get word to Fireshear and see if it's safe. If not, pull your cousin out. If it is, then go there. But otherwise, yeah, just go to Hundlestone first.
We'll certainly do that. Thank you very much. Anybody else doing anything with their evening?
Nope, keeping my money.
Stare at those kids. This is my money. All right, the evening.
Try to talk the little dwarf boy into going to getting some money from his mom to keep playing cards.
You see him go over to his mom, and you see him get like mightily scolded by her, and then come back and say, "I didn't get any."
Good try, kid. Good try. Then I'm going to teach him how to really do the con so that way he can make some money in Hundlestone.
Okay. You teach him a simple con.
Like it's the card one where you're throwing the cards, pick the card.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's got small hands. He'll be able to do it.
That's right. You won't get arrested at all.
He's a minor, so...
Yeah, he'll get off.
He's okay.
Or lenient.
Yeah, I'm sure their law is very similar to ours.
That's right. All right, the rest of the evening progresses quietly, and everyone, the families pull out sleeping bags and crash near their wagons. And you all sleep through the night.
I set my alarm.
You set your alarm. Well, yes, every night. And you all do not have anything of interest happen overnight. And in the morning...
Those are the best nights.
Those are the best nights. And in the morning, the families thank you again. The man comes over to you, Kaz, and
hello.
He says, Brickett told me what you did for us. Thank you. That's all he says.
I just nod at him.
Aw, shucks.
Yeah.
And they go on their way. You all continue down the road to Luskan. Yeah, that's right. You travel through the morning. Midway through the day, you are a few hours from Luskan at this point.
Midday.
Midday.
And in the distance, you hear just this. It's definitely an explosion, but it's way in the distance. You hear like the muffled sound of just a huge explosion going off in the distance. And you can tell it's from the direction you're headed.
Naturally.
Yep. You keep going,
Why couldn't it ever be behind us? We look so cool.
No. Can't ever be leisurely fleeing the destruction.
Yep.
Well, we know Luskan's under attack, so
Like you guys leave Hundlestone and then like half a day away, you just see it explode.
just
behind
explodes. Yeah.
Well,
we all just
we
slowly
just-
put on our sunglasses.
you. Walk away.
Yeah.
Slow walk away.
Yeah. Yeah. As you head towards Luskan, over the next like 5 or 10 minutes, you hear what sounds like a series of smaller explosions, just like stuff going off miles in the distance. And then about half an hour later, you start seeing a column of smoke coming from the distance.
That should be fine, right, guys?
Oh my god, how many towns do we have to freaking save? Jesus.
I think fire shear sounds like a good idea right now.
Yeah, alright. Alright, let's head towards Luskan, I guess. Spur the horse onward. Yeah.
All right, you all make it to Luskan near the end of the day. The city of sails often conjures romantic images of a magnificent port metropolis. This is the
Now it's gone.
That's right. Majestic merchant galleons with bright sails and dashing swashbucklers who greet their enemies with a playful wink and tip of the hat. In reality, Luskan is anything but that. It's a dirty dive with filthy streets, squat buildings, ramshackle docks, creaky old longships, and crass pirates thinly disguised as sea traders.
Crass pirates, you say?
Not those classy pirates.
My. The crassiest.
Rising above the fog and the stench is the host tower of the Arcane, home of a league of greedy, power-hungry wizards called the Arcane Brotherhood. Their ghastly tower branches into multiple thinner spires at the top. From a distance, the host tower might be mistaken for a giant leafless tree.
Penis. No.
To those who have the misfortune of seeing it up close, it looks like a clawed hand bursting out of the ground, each of its fingers a tower with many peering windows.
So many penises.
And as you go into town, you see the town is kind of in disarray. People are running around talking about what's going on. You can see from where you are that
Oh, word. There's a
As they're
giant
running.
attack afoot.
Did you see the... Hold on a second.
you can tell from where you're at as you come into town that the smoke is coming from the docks area. And you see a bunch of guards headed that direction.
I'm gonna flag like a guard down, like, hey, we just came to town. What's a good place to eat here? What's going on? We saw the explosions from.
We're hungry.
We're hungry.
Do you guys have an Olive Garden?
It's the best place to get lasagna with endless breadsticks.
The man says, "I don't know. We're kind of under attack. If you can't tell."
No, I don't say the restaurant. I come in and say, hey, we saw the explosion.
Seriously, about the breadsticks.
Can we? What's going on? We heard you guys were under attack by giants.
He said, "Guys, damn right, but those damn wizards did a number on them. That longship just pulled right up on the port, crashed into the shore. And as soon as it did, the wizards started just throwing fireballs all over it."
Yeah, wizards will do that.
Yeah.
"The whole port's on fire now. There's dead frost giants all over the water."
Hey, it's probably better than live frost giants throwing rocks at you. See, this is why wizards don't like you people. They protect you, and now your docks are on fire, and now you hate them for it. All right, so you're not under attack, you're just under fire?
He says, "Yeah, it doesn't seem like we're actually in danger of anything now. Just putting out, that's where I'm headed, to put out this damn fire that the wizards started in the docks. And to get the commoners out of there. As soon as the ship got, the longship got blown into pieces, folks started running into it and just grabbing stuff and trying to get out. People burning themselves. But apparently there's all sorts of treasure and gold on that ship, so you know how people are."
Kazan glances back at most of his teammates and says, "Yes, I am aware." He also glances back to make sure none of them have already bolted towards the drum ship.
Bryce is just like, I'm slowly angling my horse to get around them if I really, really think about it.
Yeah.
I suppose those wizards shoot down water bolts.
The guard says,
There's such thing as water spheres.
Yeah.
Wizards don't care about us
sure of
anyway.
it.
Wrote it out of existence. The wizards don't care. As soon as they eliminated the threat to their tower, they all just went back inside.
For their orgies. Whatever it is wizards do.
Sounds about right.
Alright, well, we can probably help put out a fire.
I guess.
I mean, it's right by the dock, right? Like, we could just get fucking buckets from the water.
Yeah, you guys can head down to the docks.
That's a good place for a fire.
Yeah. You guys head down to the docks, and yeah, you do see the remains of a huge longship. It is, how big are their longships? It's about 40 feet across, and you can't even tell how long it is. It is a very long ship. Partially because it's been blown in half. You see that the ship had like sort of crashed into the port and destroyed a bunch of ships on its way. And the whole thing is smoldering, and there are other smaller ships nearby on fire. For the most part, the longship itself has sort of smoldered out. But the whole place is pretty smoky and fiery. And sure enough, as you guys go down there, you can see people coming out of the soot and fire, all covered in smoke and ash. But some of them are carrying handfuls of gold. Some of them are carrying like goblets and like paintings that are kind of all sooty and destroyed, kind of. And they're just pulling all sorts of stuff out of the longship and running away as fast as they can.
Can I see any of this prize stuff inside the longship?
You can get down there and try to get in. The whole place, the ship itself is kind of rickety, and it's kind of on fire still a little bit.
I'm okay with that.
Roll a dexterity check to sort of try to descend down into the remains of this longship.
Okay.
Whoa.
Thankfully, I am damage resistance of fire for me.
Yeah.
Alright, you said dexterity check?
Please.
That's not bad.
Yeah, you're able to sort of make your way down into it. The whole ship kind of rocks back and forth because you are literally in half of a ship, and the what do you call it? The part that's supposed to be the end of the ship is sort of sticking down into the water, and the broken bit is kind of sticking up a little bit into the
pulling a Titanic.
Yeah, a little bit. So, so to get down into it, you can see that it's probably going to sink sometime in the next, hour or so. It's going to slowly just sort of drift down. But for now, it's just sort of lazily resting there and kind of rocking.
So tell me, my wonderful DM, what do I see?
You see just a whole bunch of, bags, and there's a whole bunch of people down here already. People are kind of looting the thing. People are fighting over just stuff. That you see people pulling just random shit out of bags. Sometimes it just looks like garbage. Looks like somebody pulls a hoe or some sort of gardening tool out of one.
No,
not that kind of hoe. I saw your face. What is she doing here?
I thought I got rid of her long ago.
That's right. And you can sort of, if you want to, kind of
kill everyone down here because nobody would know.
No one would ever know.
Don't tempt me.
You're able to sort of push your way in and sort of try to grab some stuff out of bags, and people are kind of shoving you too as you do this. I'm
very tempted to turn on my little meteor thing so that way it rotate around me to give me space.
Nice. You just try to dive into one of the bags you see, and you pull out.
Me and my mage hand.
You pull out of one of the bags, and where is my thing? There we go. There's an ivory flute in this bag.
Ooh, pretty.
And you can see, and it's a big bag, so you don't really want to take the whole bag with you, but you sort of dig through the bottom and you pull out 130 gold.
Hey!
Out of the bottom of this bag. As you start pulling this gold out of the bag, someone nearby starts trying to like grab it out of your hands.
Oh no, thaumaturgy is completely going off. I'm a scary looking Jesus out of this dude. Booming voice, red glowing eyes, whole 9 yards. Just like guttural sounds of just back off.
Scene when the elf lady from the first Lord of the Rings movie, when she first gets tempted.
That's right.
Just goes completely insane. Yeah. The hair and the eyes and all that.
Okay. Yeah. You do that, and the man sort of falls backwards and falls down against the side of the ship, and you feel the whole ship sort of lurch, and sort of start. You can feel it kind of moving now. And you've got
way to go, dude.
There are maybe 8 people down here with you right now, all just sort of trying to grab stuff, and some of them sort of freak out and are trying to make their way out of the ship, and a couple of them are still going through bags and trying to find stuff.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just. So, can I tell that the boat is sinking faster now?
It is. You can feel it. You can feel it is distinctly moving now.
All right, so we've got the Mario, you need to get your ass to the end music.
How long do you want to stay in the boat?
All right, so how many people does it look like are still...
There's about 9 people down there right now.
But you said some of them are trying to get out.
Yeah, about 4 of them are like actively trying to climb out of the boat. As the boat is sinking, it was probably at like this kind of angle to get down into where you're at. The angle's slowly increasing, so people are trying to like... It's very slowly becoming more and more difficult to get out of the boat.
Okay. Well, that's not good.
The rest of you are you just like looking down into the boat at her?
Well, what else is going on? I mean, are there people grabbing water buckets? Is it just mass looting? Nobody's trying to help the situation?
So if you're looking elsewhere, not inside this ruined section of boat, you see guards mostly trying to put fires out at various places. There's a lot of onlookers, just people sort of standing back and watching. The other half of this longship has sort of long since either sunk or just sort of the debris of it has spread out enough that people are not trying to get into it anymore.
Can I tell the boat is like sinking?
You can. You can see
outside.
You can see it sort of moving and sliding down the dock that it has crashed against.
Okay, I'm gonna send a telepathic message down to Brysis and like, hey, I think your boat is gonna be underwater very shortly. You need to get out of there, and tell everyone down there to get out.
I'm aware of that. Thank you.
she yells out of the boat.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just start yelling. All right, time to go. Boat sinking, and then I'm gonna pull what's left of my wonderful 50-foot rope out of my bag, and believe it or not, I actually have a very small crossbow.
Okay.
I don't use it, but I have one. So I kind of want to try to tie the rope to the end of it and just shoot it up there, since the angle is getting too steep for people to climb to, like, as I'm still communicating telepathically, I guess, with Kaz, I'm going to be like, I'm aware of that, now catch! And the arrow's going to just go flying for them to try to catch the rope to help people climb out of the boat.
Okay, shoot your crossbow. Roll an attack roll with your crossbow.
Okay. Let's see what happens. Yeah! Should use a crossbow more often.
So
you kill somebody with that.
That's right. You send that crossbow flying exactly where you want it to go, and it goes sailing out of the top of the ship, the entrance, and right over Kazan's head, and lands in the water behind him. So now there is a rope that has come out of the ship.
I'll grab the rope and start tying it to something.
Okay. Okay, you do that. You tie it to the thing. Immediately, you see the three.
Yeah, why says they have crossbows down there?
The three people who were in the ship trying to get out already immediately grab onto the rope and are pretty able to easily climb out. Bryces, when you sort of yelled at everybody, 2 more of the people sort of grabbed a little bit more and are started to head out. There are still 3 people just either not paying attention to you or just so engrossed in their looting that they are not leaving.
Okay. Well, I will give it one attempt a person with my most scariest of eyes and deep gurglest of sounds to try to stun them out of their stupor to get out of the boat before they die.
All right, roll a intimidation check.
I should be able to do well with this. I have a +7.
Oh boy. Yeah, you are. Nice.
Fucking scary when she wants to.
Yeah, so you boom your voice out at those 3, and they, more out of fear of you than anything else, just sort of grab the rope and their pockets full, and some of them are trying to hold things as they take the rope up, and they drop some shit, and they all get out. So now you're the only one down there.
Last minute cursory look for anything good.
All right, you reach your hand into a bag.
He just wants to roll that thing as much as possible.
Yeah. And you come out with a small hourglass filled with fine gray ash.
Hey, okay, sure, why not?
All right, and the boat is there's water up to like your ankles now. The boat is actively sinking.
Yep, going up the rope.
Okay. You're able to scale the rope easily, and you make your way out of the boat, and it sinks the rest of the way in the water. And the onlookers sort of, some of them are kind of cheering because like the giants are dead, and you guys do see now that you're looking, there are floating, scalded giant bodies in the water all over the place. You count at least a dozen of them surrounding the dock area you're in right now.
They fucked with the wrong city on this one. I mean, I'd run around and help the guards put out fires, I guess.
Yeah,
Just
you do that. You do that for a little while. It takes you'd probably do that for about an hour, and the guards are able to get it to a level to where nothing's really going to be catching fire anymore, and they thank you for helping. And one of them looks at your party and says, "Thanks for helping. If you folks look like the kind of people, you look like the kind of people who would benefit from coming to Luskan. If you were interested in magical shops, we got 2 nice ones. We got a scroll shop and a wand shop.
Ooh,
You can visit." He also, if you guys, because it is getting late now, he says, if you are all...
I got the Chamber of Commerce just shows up after this giant attack.
He also directs you to, if you guys are wanting to sleep, the Black Candle Inn is nearby. He directs you to that place. And yeah, there's nothing else to do, really, at the docks. The whole place is kind of a mess, but you're able to retire easily. And as it is, it's kind of late evening by the time you actually guys end up taking care of all this fire stuff. So, I don't know, do you guys want to go straight to bed? You want to drink into the evening?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I guess take a look at those shops first, even though I don't really care about them.
Are they... Yeah, the shop's open?
No. It is too late for them at this point. You could go in the morning.
Well, let's
go to the bar
inn and sing
Go to
some
the bar.
drinking songs.
Have some drinks
Okay.
and see if anybody has juicy stories of what happened.
Or interesting stories.
Sure.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Mingle.
you guys go and you mingle. A couple people ask you what happened down there because they saw you folk hanging around the ships. Some others saw what happened and they describe pretty much what you understood, where the longship crashed into the port and giants started pouring out, and from the arcane tower, wizards came out and just started throwing fucking fireballs down upon the giants.
I stay hiding in a back corner.
Okay.
Maybe I want to go to this wizard school.
A couple people buy you drinks, because they saw you down there, and some people recognize you. They say, you look look just like the Saviors of Nightstone.
Never heard of them.
I don't know. You look just like them.
How do you know? Do you have a photograph?
Well, there's a pretty accurate pretty detailed description, and a tiefling, a dragonborn, a wooden man, a cloaked man, and a halfling.
A wooden man.
You know how many groups like that we passed in the way?
6.
Parties like that come and go all the time.
Not a big
Any
deal.
news?
No, they don't really. They say that before the last couple days, they did see a few of those giant longships sailing south, and those were not the one that ended up attacking them. Those came by before the attacking one, and everyone had wondered about it because they were obviously too big for humans. But then a couple days had passed, and then this giant longship had come by and started throwing rocks, and that sort of garnered their attention more. Beyond that, they don't have a whole lot of news.
Tim, this is where you challenge them to a drinking contest. I'm sure you would win.
Challenge who?
Everyone here?
Alright. Alright then. I hereby challenge everyone in this bar to a drinking contest.
Hopper yells, "This man wants a drinking contest. Who's in?"
First man to drink the most wins.
First man to drink the most. There are 3 older, very portly gentlemen who take you up on your offer. They've already.
That's right.
They've
seen a few drinks.
They've obviously already had a few drinks, but they're very interested in drinking under the table.
I immediately start running bets.
Okay.
Corinne, how about yourself?
Oh, I'll take you up on this.
Just for
bet,
funsies, though.
on this offer. Yeah, just for funsies.
All right. Roll. So you guys okay? So you guys go through about 3 drinks before you have to do anything, because you're able to just sort of down. Let's say you're doing shots of their brandy, which is what they have.
They have brandy.
They have brandy.
Here, I have an idea. Have them roll D20 5 times D20. That's 5 different drinks.
That's a mistake.
And the higher the number, the more drunk they are.
A 5d20.
And you should roll it individually to simulate each drink.
Okay. Well, let's do that let's say the first 3 are you're able to down those, no problem. Tim and Corinne, yeah, you guys, each of you roll a 5d20. Let's try
mini game.
Let's try Alfred's system here. Curious. Or 1d20 is
Wait.
fine. Just roll one. Yeah.
Oh, so we're doing this.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay.
I'm confused.
This is their level of inebriation.
Whoa,
Scary.
Corinne's holding her drink down.
Raven knows the rules to a game that we're just trying to understand.
Yeah, we're just trying to keep up.
I immediately start adjusting bets and getting people to retake them, as the Dragonborn seems to be the most sober.
How much are you putting down, Bryces? How much are you asking people for?
Oh, I'm giving Dragonborn 3-1 for being the last woman standing. You got Tim. We'll say Tim 4-1, and the portly guys we'll give them 2-1.
Okay. Tim, roll a Constitution check. You had 2 drinks that sort of are making you feel a little, and that's fine. And Corinne, you're doing just fine. You guys roll another 3 d20s each. You're still
Just roll
going.
them all at the same time.
Yeah, roll them all at the same time. Okay. 2 of the men have dropped out at this point. 8, 13. Tim, roll a Constitution check again. Okay. At this point, Tim and Corinne are the only ones still in the game. All three of the portly men have either quit or
Died.
or gotten ill. So it's just Tim and Corinne.
Vomiting.
Yep.
Oh, they're dead.
Tim and
I have a
Corinne.
feeling
Roll them over.
most of my betters have left pretty upset because they were all betting on the portly guys that they knew for a while.
Yeah. So Bryce's, you off the bets of the people who have already lost, you've made 10 gold.
Yeah.
But now, okay, Tim and Corinne roll 2 more d20s apiece.
No more bets. No more bets.
That's
Down to the final 2.
Ooh. Oh, it's your 2. Okay.
Oh,
We're tied.
Both of you roll a Constitution check, please. Both of you roll another 2 d20s. You're both just still going. You're both just drinking.
Oh.
Oh no.
Both of you roll Constitution checks. Tim, you at disadvantage.
Oh no,
Tim.
Tim!
You take your last drink. You stand up and just your eyes just sputter out. And you just fall over.
Oh no, you broke Tim.
And Corinne.
Corinne's just gonna like stretch and yawn and go, oh, well, I'm about ready for bed.
Yep.
I'm just
Then we have
jumping up
them
and
in,
down going, she won, she won, she won!
It's from Raiders of the Lost Ark. You just take your final glass.
That's right. Yep.
Walk away like a badass.
Yeah, everybody kind of goes to. Everyone cheers the Dragonborn on when she wins the drinking contest. And the place kind of clears out, and you guys have to drag Tim to the room. He is unresponsive. Corinne, roll another Constitution check to see how you feel in the morning. Just out of curiosity.
Better than ever.
You feel fine. Somehow.
All right, so what do I get for winning that?
That's between you and Bryce.
Bryce's?
Bryce has made 10 gold.
I believe you were collecting some monies there.
I'll toss her a gold.
That won't even cover the money you spent on the drinks.
No, the other guys had to pay for the drinks.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
We squared up with the barkeep, the guys who lost.
That's
for the
right.
drinks.
Yeah.
Yep.
The rooms were 1 gold apiece, though, by the way.
Yeah, I covered Corinne's rent.
Yeah. All right.
We learned nothing from the actual people.
Nope. Nothing besides the stories of the giant longships. Next morning, you all wake up. Tim, you feel terrible. Somehow. And Corinne feels fine.
We have to explain hangovers to Tim now.
Yep. Why are my...
And bread and water.
What is this feeling? The room is spinning.
My leeches do nothing for this pain.
They're not helping me. Yeah, you guys are free to either... You guys are leaving town towards... Where are you going? Mirabar? Or there were the shops that people mentioned. You could stop by those on your way out. Or if you want to hang out in town, you could do that too.
To the shops, I guess.
Okay, you go to a conjoined store that is called. The one is called the Sphinx's Quill, and the other one's called the Sphinx's Caducetorium. There's a whole bunch of just sort of books and scrolls that those of you who are familiar with magic recognize aren't really magical. They're just sort of like magical looking or arcane history, that sort of thing. But looking around, when you're in the shop that's called the Sphinx's Quill, they got a lot of scrolls. And you identify 4 spell scrolls with price tags on them. There is a Comprehend Languages spell scroll with 75 gold. I'm actually going to copy all this down and just put it in your thing. Comprehend Languages for 75, a Detect Magic for 80, a Silent Image for 82, and a Speak with Animals for 74. There's also, in the Caducetorium, you can tell there are 2 wands that are indeed magical. There is a Wand of Magic Detection for 277 gold, and a Wand of Magic Missiles for 275.
Oh. Someone say Harry Potter?
That's right.
Those are some prices.
Yeah, magical stuff ain't cheap.
It's a hard choice. Do I want to be Harry Potter?
Do you want a wand?
What are the instructions? Like, how many charges does it have? Good sir, tell me. Tell me about this wand of magic missiles.
Can anybody use any of these items? Or do you have to have the spells?
No, the wand. Well, the spell scrolls. The way scrolls work, I believe, if you do not, if you're not that class, if you can't cast the spell, you have to make a check to actually successfully cast it. But if you do, you can just you can use it. Wands, anybody can use a wand. The Wand of Magic Missile has 7 charges. I'm just going to paste the description in here for you. Wand of Magic, has 7 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend 1 or more of its charges to cast a Magic Missile spell from it. For 1 charge, you cast the first level version. You can increase the spell slot by 1 for each additional charge. And the wand regains 1d6 plus 1 expended charges daily at dawn. If you expend them, you roll a 20, and on a 1 it's destroyed.
I could do it all at once and do like a level 6 magic.
You could.
Good sir. Let's play a drinking game.
The man at the front of the store is kind of a surly looking dude who just looks at you and says, "No."
What can I do to get a discount on this wand?
I'll do anything.
I got you. Can come out back with me.
Well, that escalated quickly.
The man says, "The prices are the prices."
What if I were to trade this box with Lion Shield on it?
Do you have any other notes attached to that, or do you just have box with
No.
Lion Shield? All right, hold on, let me see if I can figure out what that is.
A giant-sized whalebone comb.
The man looks at the box, looks at the metal plating that looks like a lion shield. He says, "This is some nice ivory on this comb. Kind of big though."
Yes, but it'd be great for combing your mustache beard.
It's way too big for that. The bristles are about like this far apart each. and the comb's like this big. So it's
Well, if you ever come across a giant, you'd finally have something to sell them.
Man says I might be able to do something with the ivory itself.
Yes, yes. You know it's illegal to get ivory.
Roll a persuasion check.
All with the elephants and stuff.
The elephants. That's not elephant bone. The man sort of cocks an eye at you and says, with both of these, I can drop it down to 250.
What are those sounds you're making?
Right on the prices likes you that deal.
Never mind. A wise man does not spend all his gold.
There you go. All right. Anybody else interested, or you guys all just...
Instead, he steals it. 3-foot grabber arm.
I think
3 feet away.
I think you would probably see that, but you could try if you wanted to. like you're halfway out of the story, and the grabber arm comes back in.
Mm-hmm. Just sneaks its way in.
Yep. All right. If no one else is interested in anything, you guys can make your way out of town.
Did we already search all the frost giant stuff?
Everything you could get to, yes. The ship pretty much sunk after Bryces got out. She got everything she could before it went down.
Don't know what you're talking about. I ain't get nothing.
All right, you guys pick your horses back up. You had to put your horses in a stable at some point when you came in, but that's neither here nor there. As you pick them back up and you get on the road, I'm gonna kind of montage this.
Montage.
So I'm just gonna tell you guys how many days you're on the road. 1, 2, 3.
Tell me we all got a nice shower at Luskan.
You did. It was.
Bads.
Well, some of you did. Tim passed out and was unable to do anything.
He'll
This
be
is true.
fine.
He
The rest-
vomited on himself.
You just expelled all the liquor back up. The rest of you were able to get a bath and a nice warm meal and a warm bed. Day 1 on the road, nothing of interest happens.
It's one hell of a montage.
Day 2,
Where?
the road from Luskan, nothing happens. 2, 3. Day 3, near the end of the day, you guys do see what you can clearly identify as a cloud castle. It looks like a cloud, but you can immediately see that there is a building on top of this castle, and it is sort of floating from north to south across the road, and it doesn't seem to notice you or make any sign or any change of course, and you just sort of see it come, and then you see it go.
Turn back to look and see if Kazan's crying about his lost friend.
Yeah, could we? It was a castle, not a tower.
It was a castle. Yeah, it was not. It was, you can tell it was not in the same shape as Zephyros' tower. It was more like maybe a 2-story building.
We're in cloud giant country. Can't stop you.
1, 2. Oops. 3. Nothing happens that day. Day 4.
The closer we get to Mirabar, the more I've got like my hood over my head, trying to just maintain some inconspicuousness.
Okay. Very early in the day, you guys are traveling down the road, and Tim, your passive perception picks up on this before the rest of you, but you all pretty quickly can hear it as you come up on it. You hear what sounds like loud barking or like yipping or something like that. Like it might be a pack of dogs.
What?
But as you come around a turn in the road, you see.
Probably should have bought that speak with
Pack
animals
of
spell.
dogs.
You guys are down here. And you see right in front of you as you turn around a couple of trees, a bunch of what look like humanoid jackal-looking creatures.
It's disturbing.
Knowles?
That's, well, you might know that.
No.
Yeah, they're...
I mean...
Does everyone know what gnolls are?
Extra disturbing.
you had a good description. Humanoid... I think they're hyenas.
Hyenas, yes, yeah.
Like human hyenas.
Human hyenas, right. You see a bunch of... You see a bunch of them surrounding a group of people. And the people are all tied and bound and on the ground. All of the creatures that you can see, these ones, are all walking around with spears, and they're just sort of like guarding the people. Behind them, you see a bigger one with what looks like the skull of some sort of wolfen creature that is wearing as a helmet, and
That's cool.
And it's sort of barking orders to the other ones, and it sounds like a hyena like yipping. I can't really do the noise, but
That's a freaky sound, too.
yeah.
Very disturbing.
And behind
Like a-
him,
Dog crying.
a little bit, you see what looks like a same sort of creature, but far more creature-like. It's animalistic. It's on all fours, and it is eating the horse that used to be attached to a wagon, just tearing into it.
That's awful.
That is awful.
I don't know. Have you ever had horse?
No.
And how do you know? It might taste delicious.
You
I'm
guys,
still reeling from the fact I killed a bird on my way home today.
oh no,
Oh, the act of killing the horse.
oh right. As you guys turn this corner, the road is not. There's no place for you to hide. You're pretty much in plain sight of them. They're in plain sight of you. They have not noticed you yet, though.
Guys, let's hide.
you just explained we can't hide. I mean, now's our chance to buff and do all those things, I think.
Yeah.
And then charge them.
No, I got this. Hyenas.
Alright, before he does something stupid, I'm gonna cast.
Everyone gets one cast off before he does something stupid.
Yeah, he's gonna do something stupid. Cast, grab his robes and close his eyes as a force field telekinetic barrier shimmers around him.
Okay. Armor Vagathus, you did Melf's minute meteors. Anybody else gonna do anything? Immediately?
Yeah, I mean, I can do aid. To the other three people, or to the usual three people.
And then I will nod to the others and take out my Psyblade and charge forward, because I assume we're reading the situation correctly. These people need to be rescued.
All right, let's
It's the usual. I'm casting on
Wait, we're not attacking it.
not Raymond.
Well, you just ran forward, so I'm spurring my horse and charging after you.
I'm
Yes,
just gonna
but then
ready my chromatic orb at 90 feet.
All right. Who are you
I
casting
stopped
it on?
here.
Tim?
Kazan, Bryces, and Corinne.
Okay. Put the little hearts on you. You've got aid. You got the aid.
So that's 5 hit points in addition to my temporary hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I like that spell.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What? Okay, so you guys are starting to charge forward. What are you doing, Halford?
Well, I'm not charging. I'm just trotting forward.
Okay.
And from a non-threatening distance,
A non-threatening distance.
I try to communicate with these beasts.
Just put down the fucking spike thing.
All right, you try, and you immediately realize these are not in fact beasts. And when you do try, the leader.
Hyena things.
Well, you can roll a what is the check for humanoids?
I mean, they're I was gonna say they're
Roll a history check if you want to see if you know anything about these creatures.
Nope.
Anybody else want to try to see what they know?
Kazan doesn't care. He's just gonna
Okay.
charge. He's gonna send out a telekinetic message. That,
Bryces, you know that these
Yeah, they're
are
unsafe.
these are null. These are in fact nulls, and they are in fact like anthropomorphized hyenas. They're sort of what they are, and they're not good. They generally kill and steal from common folk every chance they get.
Bad things. Very bad things.
All right.
60% of the time, they steal every time.
That's right. All right, let's get everybody to roll initiative. And as soon as you roll initiative, we're going to take a break, actually. This is before we start the actual fight.
Nice. I was about to get up and walk away.
flip the double birds and everything.
Fuck off, Dave.
My moment of glory.
Wait, we're all about rolling initiative.
Sad, sad life.
I have advantage with my natural explorer.
Ah, yeah, you do. All right, let's see what my guys roll. Not bad.
Damn.
Beats 2 of us.
Not great.
Excellent.
Beats none of us.
And really bad. He is still eating that horse. He is not aware that a fight has broken out yet.
No fang of Yanaka. That sounds bad. Something worse than a pack lord.
Okay, let's take a break. When we come back, our brave adventurers will fight the Null Party.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right. I believe we are coming back. Raymond has turned into a baby. With a giant head. Baby's head is too big. All right. I found a hyena sound
Oh Lord.
during the break, which I will play on loop for you now.
No.
There you go.
All right.
That is-
Solid.
Yep. I will play that on every hyena's turn. Okay. Barisis,
It's me.
you are up very first.
Okie dokie. What is that number?
80.
80. Having some glasses and vision issues here. Okay. So, already got my meteors flying. I believe that is a bonus action.
Yeah.
So, let's... How far does that go? 120 feet. Excellent. Alright. So, let's toss one right in the middle of these two.
And just a 5-foot range, right?
Yeah, it's surface. Each creature within 5 feet of the point where the meteor explodes.
Okay.
So it's gonna explode right here, so it'll hit both of them.
Between the two of them. All right.
Yep.
Go for it.
The meteor thing. There it is.
All right. These dudes will each make a dexterity saving throw. With one of them saved it hard.
One's a little too dexterous.
Yep. Yes, that one it's half damage, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And then I will. So this is the one that took the damage, the full damage, right?
It is,
The one in the
yes.
front.
Yeah.
All right. So he can suck magic missile at 2nd level.
Oh boy. 3d4. They're all hitting him?
Yeah.
That magic missile, correct me if I'm wrong, each instance is considered a different instance of damage, right?
I think so. This is just them all added together.
Yeah, okay. So this is not going to count towards massive damage, but it would have been.
All right.
All right, yeah. You throw out the meteor and it singes the front one, and then it gets slammed by a bunch of magic missiles. Alfred, are you back?
The baby is coming to eat our souls.
Yep. Since the enemy's not going next, I don't suppose he'd mind if Kazan went before him.
Probably not.
I just texted him.
Come back.
Mm-hmm.
What was the horse movement rules?
Assuming you aren't, which, I mean, without combat horses, there's no real purpose for it. So if you're riding the horse and controlling it on your turn, the horse can move up to its movement speed, and the actions it can take are dash, disengage, or dodge. So, yeah.
This was unrelated. I don't see myself on the turn order. Does it look like I rolled initiative? Because I've been having some connectivity issues, so I'm not sure.
I thought
If
I
you
saw
can-
You rolled
it.
a 12, right?
Yeah, I did. I don't see myself in the turn order. Am I crazy?
No, I don't see you either.
Okay.
Roll it again, and I'll just change it to 12.
Okay. 1 second.
we go. Okay.
Well, I want Halford to go in case he's going to throw that damn spike thing down.
He was drawing a big green circle down here. I don't know.
That determines whether I run up there and smack him down or start firing off the
Yeah.
kinetic blast.
He hasn't touched me back. Can I could just go for him for a turn.
Good.
Let's assume that's
These guys, can I see if they have ranged weapons from here?
They have spears, which general knowledge is they can be thrown. You see the Pack Lord, the one with the skull on his head, has a big old longbow on his back.
That's not good.
Yeah.
The Fang in the back seems to have no weapons. It's bear clawed.
What does Tim stand for? Asks username legalize gay weed.
Only the gayest weed. We don't know yet.
I think I made a joke another session where it was
Like-
the intelligent machine.
Yes. The intelligent machine, yes.
But that's a big series mystery.
I'm going to go ahead and go for Halford.
Go for it.
Yeah, I thought about it for about a day. Couldn't think of anything good and stopped thinking about it. So that's the secret. Gay weed.
Try interior matchmaking.
Okay. That should have been with...
Those are all fantastic ideas.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to keep doing them
This is,
throughout the
this
series.
is what happens when your DM rolls for your attack. You roll 2 ones.
Ah,
Oh, that baby looks messed up.
Raymond, get back here and cast spike growth.
Is it my turn?
It is.
No, it's not.
Yes.
We just like talking about gay weed.
Yeah, it's your turn. I was going to roll spike growth for you, but now that you're back, you can do whatever you want.
Well, I accidentally pressed something and it reloaded.
Okay.
Slowly coming back. I would like to cast Spike Growth.
Wonderful.
Better than the DM can. So we've seen that the regular hyenas have spears,
Yes.
so they do have ranged attacks. Although I think spears have a pretty shitty range. And then their leader has a longbow.
Ooh.
Because I think, well,
Shit.
I think this is the right size. I can give...
No, I already made the circle on the bottom right.
I know, but I made a fancier looking one.
that does look better than your colored green.
There, you have control over the circle now.
Well, I'm no DM.
You don't have DM powers. You can move that wherever you want.
It's still loading.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what button I pushed. Stupid baby picture.
It's the baby picture's fault.
Yeah, I was taking it away and I actually hit something on my keyboard.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm back on.
Okay.
Alright, Spike Growth. Here we go.
Yeah,
That's
that's how you
better.
spike growth.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, I have advantage on my first.
It doesn't do anything for spike
It
growth.
doesn't manage to do anything, yeah.
Sure.
Saving throw.
That looks-
Also, there's no way that's wisdom saving throw.
It's to see the spikes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
They...
If I do it out of sight and they come across it, then they can do a wisdom saving throw to see it.
Okay, that's right. You can lay a trap. We don't do that though. We just put spikes right on top of people.
Mm-hmm. So that's a spell.
What, you're gonna put it on top of the prisoners?
Yeah, they're not moving.
Cover them in spikes.
I guess.
He's neutral.
You better hope they don't move.
You better hope they don't move.
Oh, it's not an attack. Okay.
At least yell out, "Don't move."
And then Halford's gonna yell, "Come taste this tasty halfling flesh." And he shows some skin.
Shows some skin.
Yep. I'm not gonna say what skin, but he shows. Oh yeah. Oh
That's them
yeah.
getting excited about it.
Yep.
Alfred feels sexy today.
Alfred, put your shirt back on.
Parsons is
Cold.
totally gonna
It's-
whistle.
It's cold out here.
Down here.
Well, Kazan desperately wants to ride up and carve them up, but now that the spikes are set and the gnolls all go after him, he is going to instead hang back and fire off some TK blasts.
Okay.
I don't know what the range of his spear is, but I think I want to stay sort of out of it.
Oh, it doesn't matter what you roll, because whenever they move, that's when you do the damage.
Yeah. It's them moving specifically.
That's true, yeah. In terms of your initial roll. Alright. I'm gonna fire a blast at this front guy.
Okay.
And
You
knock him.
blast him to death.
Oh, that's right. I
He's-
forgot.
he's been hit a
He's
couple
already been
times.
pelted. Yeah. All right.
All right. Yeah. You just cave his chest in.
I reach forward and a blast of telekinetic force pushes him towards the spikes, and he just gets blown backwards, and yeah, it's stuck right on like a giant spike coming up.
Excellent.
And I will do it to the one below him.
Okay.
My second blast. Oh.
That goes sailing. A line of force over his head.
But-
Okay. It's the Null's turn.
Nulls.
This one's gonna. Let's see. I'll move them all first. This is gonna immediately just move out of it. They seem to immediately recognize exactly what this is, and they're not as stupid as the glacial ooze is.
Oh yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This one is not going to be able to get out without taking some damage. It's going to go 5, 10.
Should I roll right now?
Yeah, roll it twice for me.
Does Corinne's thing go off at some point?
Yeah.
At 90 feet, how far are we? It was like 85, right?
Well, that top guy is 70.
Yeah, so it would go off on this guy right here that just sort of came running at you.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead and.
You didn't put any line of sight blockers on these trees.
Nope. These
Yeah.
are very high trees. You can kind of see under them.
Thin and high.
Yep.
Anyway, 9 damage for that one.
Okay. Yeah, he runs out of the. He can keep moving. No, he can move 2 more. Okay. But yeah, he slashes himself up. All right, your chromatic orb. Do you choose any specific damage type?
Poison.
Okay. Your chromatic
Have it.
orb turns into a green globule and hits him in the face. He coughs it up. Takes the damage. Alright. It's still the Null's turn. That's, yeah. Roll it once for this guy, Raymond. 4. Okay. It's 10. 15, 20, 25, 30.
Damn, all I've done is chop the people then.
And this one's going to come
Yeah.
around it. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This one's actually gonna,
Fortunately, these are not mindless beasts.
yeah,
so-
this one's actually going to dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. The other 3 are going to hike they were holding their spears sort of in like sentry mode, and they like hike them up to throwing position, and they all chunk their spears at you. This one is gonna attack Kazan, the top one.
Shit.
This bottom one is gonna attack Halfred.
Does it have a range?
Yeah.
Don't they have? Well, maybe it's not. Don't they have disadvantage after like 20 feet
Fear.
or something?
Spear, thrown, range 20, 60.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's outside 20. They should have disadvantage.
I did not record that properly then. Okay, well then I will re-roll the attack on both of you, I guess. Go. Well, I'll just start back at the top again. The one attacking Kazan
That still hits.
still hits. Okay, you can take the first damage.
It's the same. But
Same. Okay, and the one attacking Halfred also still hits.
Jeez. Holy crap. You only have a
First
+4, but you're rolling a
It's like above
19,
15. Yeah.
15, 13, and 16.
Yeah.
Good try, you guys. Good try.
Hey.
And the one in the middle is going to attack Kazan also, and I will actually put disadvantage on this one. There we go.
Ah, that one sails past.
Okay, and these guys do not have their spears anymore. These are those are the spears they were carrying. Tim, you are up.
How far can the horse go?
The horse has a walking speed of 40, I believe.
It is 1 horsepower.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah, it's good.
I believe they have a walking speed of 40.
Riding horse has a speed of 60 feet.
That's a walking speed?
A riding horse?
Yeah.
I mean, what are you calling a walking speed versus regular
I mean,
speed?
it's just its turn speed, right?
Yeah, okay.
Alright, well, that's 40.
How much it can move in
Yeah.
6 seconds.
And I will
Yeah, you're right.
inflict wounds.
Ooh. Oh,
boy.
Fuck. All right.
That's pretty good.
Player's ears.
I'm going to say you throw your healing leech out, and it goes right down the Null's throat, like in his open mouth, and just goes into him.
Oh.
And you see the Null's eyes just roll back in its head, and it falls over. And you have killed that Null.
One down.
Good lord.
Is that the one that was already attacked?
down.
It had been no, it hadn't been. It had just taken damage from the thorns.
Okay.
Corinne.
Okay. Um. Let's see. So, let's see. I guess I just probably move. Let's see. I think I can move forward a little bit more. So, like, I can move and my horse can move on my turn?
Yeah, so if you're on your horse
Right.
can move up to 60 feet with you on its back.
Okay.
And that movement doesn't affect you at all.
All right. Well, I'm going to move up here on my horse.
Okay.
Towards these guys. And then I will use my, let's see, Witch Bolt. And I will use my twinned spell on that
All right.
to target both of these guys up here.
Excellent. All right, yeah. You throw out lightning that arcs from your fingers and hits both of them. And the one on the right here kind of sags a bit. It's not... He's taking it hard. All right. The gnoll in the back with the skull helmet, the Pack Lord, is going to step out of the thorns. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh shoot. I don't think I rolled a concentration roll for that thorn.
You didn't. Oh yeah, you did get hit. Go ahead and roll it now. We'll just get rid of it if. I think the gnolls had already taken the damage after you got hit.
Correct.
That's called a DM error in your favor.
That's right.
And it won't be the last time.
They took the damage first, and then I got
Right. Yeah. So it doesn't make a difference.
So
Except for the gnoll Pack Lord having to go around it just now.
true. What do I roll? Constitution
Yes.
saving throw?
Yeah. And you fail.
Mm.
I'll just delete it.
At least the villagers are safe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They looked terrified when spiky growth came out of the ground all around them. Their eyes wide. Okay, the no Pack Lord is going to come up that far, and he's going to pull that big old longbow off of his back. And Tim, you have moved to the front and killed one of his pack members, so he's going to take aim at you.
Eh.
Yeah, Tim's
no.
got a bow.
A multi-attack.
That's right.
And it can incite rampage.
Pulls back
Okay.
big bow and hits you. I think you do have a less than
Yeah.
20, right? I don't know what your AC is now. And again, okay.
Jeez. Pretty solid on all the null hits so far.
I love having a high armor class. It's so useful.
Yep.
And then the Pack Lord is going to open its mouth and let out just a really horrendous
Bees. Lots of bees.
That would be very strange.
Make
Very
15 saving throws.
Bees
Swarm of
everywhere.
Bees.
He's gonna let out
Gnolls that shoot bees from their mouths.
let out a loud bark.
Play the track.
I should, shouldn't I? It's
If you don't play it now, why the fuck did you have to?
and this one way over here. We go 5, 10, 15. And it's going to lope towards Corinne and bite at her on the horse.
Wait, are you using Incite Rampage?
Yes.
But he's not
Oh,
within
he's
30
not in
feet.
30 feet.
Nope.
Creature the Gnoll can see within 30 feet of it. Can use reaction.
All right, this one's going to attack Tim instead then. No, he's not. He's also not in 30 feet.
Nope.
Which one's the
this
pack
guy?
lord? That one, yeah.
5, 10. Okay, so
It
this.
doesn't say he can move.
Yeah, move. You
Yeah.
move half your. The rampage, the ability ramp. I'll roll it for you so you can see it. They move half their speed and take a bite attack.
But he didn't reduce anyone to 0 hit points.
But the incite rampage ability makes it go off anywhere. That's the rampage is a null ability just generally. But the pack leader can like activate it on his own. This null is actually going to bite at your horse, Tim. Being unable to.
Watch out, they have a taste for horse flesh.
That's right. And he does. And your horse takes a chunk of.
Do we even have character sheets for horses?
No, but they do have AC and health if you look at if you click on the token.
Oh.
Their AC is 10 and they should have 13 HP, I think.
Ah.
Mine only has 10.
That's right. Yours has been bitten in the calf. Alright. And then the Null Pack Lord's going to turn around and bark some orders that you all can't understand at the...
Right, let me see if I can speak Knoll.
At the feasting one in the back. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And it's going to actually dash towards you. 10, 15, 20, 25.
This is like a more animal-y Knoll.
It is very much more... He is running at you on all fours. He has no weapons, but he's far more muscular than the rest of the Knolls. And we are back up to Brysus.
Okay. So, which one do we think is a bigger threat, the pack leader or this guy?
Well, we haven't seen the new guy in action yet. Pack leader can just sit back there and plink us with his bow. And
Well,
make the
he
other
can
ones
also-
attack.
Yeah, do that incite rampage thing too.
Yeah, I don't see us being able to get to him anytime soon. It's up to you long range folks.
Well, that's why I'm asking. Do we think the pack leader is...
Can we roll to see if we know what the hell this thing is?
This one in the middle?
Yeah, the one loping towards us.
Sure. Roll a history check.
I'm not gonna roll it. Somebody, well, there you go. Hasn't not what you would call book smart.
What'd you roll?
20?
Bryce's rolled a 20. Bryce's, you've heard stories about gnolls. You know that gnolls worship a demon lord, generally speaking. The gnoll religion is
Hey, these are my people.
They worship a demon lord called Yinogu. And occasionally they do ritual sacrifices in his honor. And occasionally, if a gnoll is deemed strong enough, they perform this ritual where they sacrifice people to their demon lord and grant them extra strength. And they say that demon blood runs through his veins. And you guess that is what one of these is.
I was waving to Juan. I don't think she saw me.
You would guess that's what this is.
Okay.
It's a demon-powered gnoll.
Yep.
Demon dog. Okay. Alright. Well, this guy's just gonna be a lot stronger, a lot harder to fight. This guy could cause problems if he moves any closer to these other ones. Alright. So, bonus action, we'll take 2 of the meteors. We're gonna go straight for the pack leader.
Okay.
They are flying at his face.
Go for it.
You're the first.
Fails. Takes all 5 damage.
And damn it.
He also fails.
1 damage or 2 damage?
Exactly. Alright. Both those just go slamming into his chest.
Alright. Alright, so same guy. I'll just cast this at first level.
Oh, I haven't done this either. In case you're curious what the regular nulls look like. There's your nulls.
Aw.
They look cute to you?
Uh-huh.
It does look a little cute.
I
feel bad for killing him.
If that doesn't hit, I'm going to use my inspiration.
Who are you targeting?
Same guy.
You use your inspiration, please.
Okay.
You can just reroll the d20 if you want. We'll add the +7 to the hit. If you don't want to reroll the whole thing.
Okay. Now, I'll reroll the whole thing.
Okay.
Who knows, maybe I'll get doubles the second time around.
Maybe.
I did it second level. That's better.
Nice.
Okay. Is that
Goodbye, inspiration.
Cold or psychic damage?
Let's do psychic.
Okay. Wave of invisible energy slams him in the head, and he clutches his ears and lets out his yips.
Play the sound.
Yeah, pause for sound.
You guys love the sound now, don't you?
Kinda. I demand creature sounds for every encounter now. Kinda yourself in that one.
Yep. Okay. Halfred.
He's going to take Bryce as his lead and attack the same guy. Right, this one?
No, she was attacking the Pack Lord back here.
Oh, that's what I meant. He always knows.
Their back line.
Go for the leader.
Mm-hmm.
Tim's probably okay.
Probably.
I will use a bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on Pack Leader.
Okay.
So then I will my longbow with Colossus since they're taking damage.
Alright, that will hit.
12 damage. Extra attack. Hunter's Mark repeats.
Okay.
If I hit, it'll be a 6 extra damage if it hits.
God damn it. Alright, how do you murder this Pack Lord?
Wow.
You guys just laid into him one after another.
Just 2 rapid fire crossbolts into his chest.
Alright.
Not just the two of y'all, or did you get hit before that?
No, it was just the two of them. They just did a whole
Holy
bunch of stuff.
crap.
She used
impressive.
2 meteors and a chaos bolt, but he did 2 super arrows.
No one likes to see Tim's horse harmed.
That's right.
That's right. For Tim's horse.
What about me?
And to some lesser extent, Tim.
Oh,
But
okay.
mostly the horse.
Yeah. He has a yet unnamed horse.
The Knolls will go.
Don't get to go until Kazan goes.
Oh. I played the sound too early.
Stupid dogs.
Go, Kazan.
Alright, Kazan will charge the horse up to here. He will do his Zelda Breath of the Wild backflip off the horse, crash land down. I assume I still have my speed in addition to the horses.
Say again?
I assume I still have my speed in addition to the horses.
You do.
So,
It does
well,
take half of your movement to dismount, but
Okay.
you do still have your
I'm only
movement.
going to make it to here.
Okay.
And between the two... Actually, what is my... I got this only working 5 feet radius. Alright, I'm not recasting this. I'm just going to read the description.
Okay.
They hit
When
me.
they hit
Nope,
you-
just when they hit me with a melee attack.
Mhm.
Okay. Alright, so I will attack the guy to my upper right, I guess, as I whip out the Cyglaive.
Okay.
Attack first.
The guy to your right, you said?
Yeah, this one.
All right. How do you just straight up murder him?
Okay, I'm not paying attention to who's wounded. Jeez.
Probably not.
Well, I mean, I do the same thing to the other guy because it was with the same backflip dismount action and then come down and shunk him. He's going to trademark that move. And then immediately in the same motion, I pull the Cyglaive out, spin around, and stab at the other guy.
All right. Holy
God, for
shit.
twice the things.
Yeah, all right.
I'm a lot better with the weapon than I am the actual ranged attack.
He's going to have to roll massive damage. That is...
And then I'm going to smack him with the blunt end, but we'll see what massive damage does.
He's fine.
Alright. And now we'll whip around and smack him with the blunt end.
Okay. Blunt end kind of hits him in the arm, but doesn't actually do any damage.
Their AC is somewhere between 13 and 15.
All right. The gnolls. This gnoll is going to run up here and attempt to bite you.
Doesn't he still have his spear too?
Oh yeah, but I think they're already in his range for that to go off.
Yeah. That does hit, but I will do 15 cold damage to him.
15?
15! 5 per spell level. That's a casting at 3rd level. So you did 3 damage to me, I'll do 15 damage to you.
Alright, describe how your armor murders this gnoll.
Finally, we're out of cold country. Thank God I can use the spell again. The gnoll comes up and bites into me, and I flinch slightly and notice that his teeth just break apart on the cold force field in front of me as I focus my mind. And the gnoll just shivers, freezes up, and falls over.
Nice.
I just kind of nod, like, yeah.
Alright, what's the other gnoll left? This gnoll...
Somebody doesn't like frozen foods. Sunglasses.
Very nice. This gnoll's going to run around your horse, Tim, and try to bite you from on top of it.
Not old Timmy.
And... Once again, your AC has been nothing but a curse to you.
Yes, this is beyond a running joke now. This is just expected. Every turn, Tim's going to get beat up.
That is it for the gnolls. Tim, it is your turn.
Hooray. Suck it, Noel.
Jesus. It took a lot of damage, but my God, I'm going to give it right back.
These things are just cannon fodder. Alright, describe how your leech kills this gnoll.
Just vaporizes him.
The leech opens its mouth and a giant laser cannon just shoots out. Does it just vibrate?
Oh,
Super silent.
yeah, he really did. That was more than double the amount needed to kill him.
Bananas.
Okay. Corinne, I think you guys only have
Murder
one.
this guy before he ever gets to us.
Yep.
All right.
Day count.
So glad my witch bolt was of use.
it hurt both of them, certainly.
Everyone was just murdered.
Yep.
You're ready for the long game.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna move forward, and so I'm gonna cast my chromatic orb again at a 2nd level slot, so it increases damage by 1d8.
Okay.
I do have inspiration. I was waiting for
Oh yeah, I didn't see it load up until
you to say anything.
Would you like to use
I'm
it?
guessing that's not gonna hit.
Good guess.
I can't tell if it. So it pops up with the little thing that's like that asks me what level I want to cast it at, but I can't tell if that was incorporated.
Let's see. It did.
Damage. It's supposed to be 1d8 extra.
What does chromatic orb do normally? It's not. I don't think that's.
Let's see. Chromatic orb is 3d8 damage.
So I didn't add it for some reason.
Yeah, it's because I entered it in and I don't know how to do it correctly. Apparently.
Yeah, just roll a 1d8 then, and we'll add it to the. Okay.
15. Let's see. I don't know. These guys don't seem to be particularly susceptible to anything, do they? Let's do acid. I haven't used acid.
All
yet.
right. Yeah. It hits hits the creature's skin and scalds, and you can see the welts form on its hair. I don't know. Welts still.
You just burned that cute creature that you.
Aww.
This one's not as cute.
That's true.
Did I mention that it was a demon dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now it is his turn, and Corinne, you have angered it. It growls at you. It barely sounds like. It's far more guttural and evil sounding, and it's going to lope at you.
Three attacks. Holy moly. Mm.
It's just gonna claw the air a couple times. Will a 14 hit?
Yeah, 14 hits. It still isn't.
Unless you use shield.
Yeah, I can't. So it still hasn't popped up for me, so I can't.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's quite a bit of damage.
You do get to roll a saving throw on the poison damage. A Constitution saving throw, or you can cast shield, I suppose.
Yeah, well, let's cast shield.
Okay. He bites tries to bite into you, and the force comes up, and his teeth just sink into that. And Brysis, we're back up to you.
Okay. So we'll sit there, and I'm going to pull out one of those things to do the trajectory angles and the figuring out the correct path.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to throw it down in the snow and say, screw it, and just throw two of them into, like, this general area right there.
Okay.
Where'd you go? There. Meteor the first.
He does not. It's a DC 15. Okay.
Meteor the second.
God damn, is that max damage?
Whoa.
Yes, it is.
Or
No,
whoa.
max is 12.
Max is 12.
That's pretty close, though.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, she saves on that one.
Ah, little bastard.
-4 and 5. All right.
And then
Oh, wait. He's within 10 feet of me. I can stab him.
Yeah, sure.
why you gotta hone in on my turn?
I know. Well, I should have done it on his turn
On his
or then
turn.
Corinne's turn. I don't know. I've waited
You
this long.
forgot, yeah. Fuck, okay. Yeah, you slash him as he runs towards, he ran towards Corinne.
I like to think that the Cyclope just, like, extends and contracts, like, as I need it to. It's like...
No, he's...
Oh! There's that DM side.
That was first level.
Alright, tell me how either fire or thunder murders this fucking creature. Because it does.
It's only a 2d8. Holy crap.
That was amazing damage on both those rolls.
Yeah. So, just a nice, wonderful ball of flame just descends from the heavens and wraps the little demon dog in its flames. And you just hear,
As it dies, you hear one last...
It selling that one.
As he dies. All right, it looks like you all have put down the gnolls in some fashion. I don't think Tim's the only one who took any damage, I think.
And my horse.
And your horse.
Who has 10
I took-
armor.
I took damage to my shield.
Oh, right. Yep.
But they
All
got
right.
broke shield.
Yeah. You guys can loot these guys. I will tell you what they have on their bodies. One of them has 7 electrum.
Somebody write this shit down.
Yeah. I can copy and paste it whenever.
Can add it up.
One Electra, or one of them has 7 electrum. One of them has 67 electrum and 2 banded agates. One of them has 20 gold and a bag of cooking spices.
What was it again?
Ooh.
I'll copy and paste it. One of them has 22 silver and 4 moss agates. And and one of them has 1 tiger eye gem. It's not minus 7 electrum, it's 7 electrum. And there's only
what is an electrum?
it is
Currency.
I don't think we've had Electrum yet.
No, it's
I think it's
more than
20
gold, right?
I think it's
2 gold
I
per
believe
electrum or
I
something?
believe it's 2 gold, yeah.
I believe it's a cat's eye worth.
It's 74
half
electrum
a
total.
hog's head.
And the fang had nothing on him. He was more animal.
Or no, electrum is less than gold.
Is it? Oh.
On our sheet it goes copper, silver, electrum, gold, platinum.
Oh.
So maybe it's 2 electrum for 1 gold?
It's 5 silver pieces. It's halfway between silver and gold.
So yeah, it's
2 gold. Oh yeah, you're right. It's 2 electrum is a gold. Yes.
okay.
It's half a gold.
Half a gold. Okay. So just divide each of those things by 5 if we can.
Well, there's 74 electrum. 67 plus 7 is 74. So 70 divided by 5 is 15 apiece.
14.
Yeah,
14
14.
plus some change.
Well, that'll it's 14 apiece, and that still leaves an additional 4 electrum. And then there's 20 gold, and then 2 banded agates and 4 moss agates and 1 tiger eye. So we each get 14 electrum.
Everybody just stares dumbfounded at all this new loot we've got. I don't understand these new gems and currencies.
You should have bought the abacus.
Says a booming voice in the sky. Where's your abacus now, fools? The gnolls didn't defeat you, but this basic math will.
We each get 4 gold.
Weren't the gnolls that killed them?
How much are the rocks worth?
You would have to take them to someone who knows.
Alfred likes the tiger eye.
Gonna try to swindle us.
I'll take the cooking spices.
You would.
Yeah.
Let's try to
And that leaves the 4 moss agates, 2 bandit agates, and 4 electrum.
Which you can throw on the ground.
I'll also take the rest of it.
There we go.
Split the 6 agates.
Oh no.
And then one person gets
Chris
one
having
more.
a stroke.
What is that? Save her.
Oh, no.
She's like going to
Speaking
pick
in
up.
tongues.
Yeah.
Yeah, he starts twitching and
All
Everybody
that
gets-
drinking is catching up to her.
Everybody gets one agate, and one person gets a second one.
Okay.
Alright, I'll take one moss agate.
Speaking of, because I did forget, Tim and Corinne, you can both have a point of inspiration for your drinking game back in Luskan.
Excellent.
I already have inspiration.
It's like
Probably
a
should
bandit
use it
agate.
last time.
All right, and there were also a bunch of tied up villagers.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Staring at you wide-eyed.
Alright.
As we look at the money and the agates, just
Yeah.
never seen it before.
I imagine you guys are just standing 20 feet away from these people, just like
Yeah.
just divvying up money in your palms.
No, we'll go over there. My Cyclave dripping in blood, shimmering in spectral frost shield. I will approach the people and be like, is anyone hurt?
There's a young boy, maybe early 20s, late teens, who pipes up and he says, I don't think the rest of us are hurt, but my man over there is dead. He attempted to stop these creatures when we first encountered them, and they cut him down immediately. The rest of us, they tied up, though. I don't know what they intended for us.
Can I check to see if he's actually dead?
Sure.
Roll for deadsies.
Roll a
His
medicine
head
check.
might
Oh.
have fallen off, but
Roll to shove your hand through his chest.
He's got a large bite wound in his arterial artery in his neck, so he looks pretty dead.
Alright, I'm gonna try anyway.
Okay. How long is that? I'm gonna look that up real quick. What the actual time? Because that actually is important here. 0 hit points. Creature becomes stable. The effect has no. Oh, there's no time limit on it. That's weird. Okay. I'm gonna let you do. I'm gonna let you.
Was he still bleeding out, or has he expired?
Yeah, it's not a resurrect.
It's not a resurrect, yeah. So if he's dead, then he's dead. But if he was sitting there
Bleeding out.
technically in the bleeding out stage, then that would render him stable.
Hmm.
He's rolling for it.
He was dead. He's been dead too long.
Sorry, son. Looks like your guard fought valiantly, but fell down, and we just happened to be in the neighborhood.
Thank you so
I'm gonna go ahead
much.
and go around and start freeing all of them.
Okay. I don't know what these creatures could have wanted us for.
I think they eat people. They might just eat you. I don't know.
Maybe, but they seem like they were getting us ready to take us somewhere or something like that. Right before you arrived.
Where are you traveling from?
Mirabar. I was visiting my aunt.
Where are you going?
Where is he going? Oh, Neverwinter. He's going to Neverwinter. That's where I live.
That checks out. Kazan pulls out a map and stares at it quizzically.
Being this close to Zentharl's keep, I don't trust anyone. So I'd like to give a cursory overview to make sure they don't have any markings or telltale signs of Zentarum.
All right, roll an investigation check. You see nothing that would mark them as Zent. It appears that everyone, just from their dress and their manner, it appears that the bright red-haired young man, it appears that everyone else works for him. Like servants or guards or something like that. his entourage, if you will. But none of them appear to be even armed. Well, the guards were armed, but the rest of them don't appear to be armed, and none of them seem to have any Zentarum markings on them.
Okay.
Can I roll insight just to make sure he's on the level?
Sure. You listen to him talk for a little while, and you're pretty sure he's on the level. He's kind of got a demeanor of like a spoiled rich kid, but he seems all right. He seems. In fact, he doesn't even seem that like scared right now.
There should be a reward.
He
Kazan uses the things. He's like, we might have just saved a noble.
He doesn't even seem that like frightened about what just happened. Almost like he expected you all to come.
Oh yeah, Kazan actually says that. He's like, so you seem to be pretty calm about almost being dragged away by these creatures. Were you anticipating a fairy tale rescue?
I don't know if I was anticipating it or not, but I'm sure glad you all did. My man here, I thought he'd be able to handle himself slightly better, but these creatures were certainly fearsome.
Against half a dozen foes? I don't care how good he is. He's not standing up against that.
Yeah, he looks at him too, and he's like, yeah, these creatures are pretty scary looking. I'll give you that. I can only imagine what foul things they wanted us for. Would you all mind escorting us back to Mirabar? I don't think I should go home quite yet. I feel like I should go back and tell my aunt what's happened. Perhaps get a larger armed retinue to take me home.
Well, we happen to actually be heading in that direction, so Kazan kind of glances back at the other party members like, you guys mind doing some escort duty? Son, and Kazan gets a little condescending. Like, we do have an important mission here. So this would be like you hiring us.
Hiring you? It's only about 20, 30 miles from here to Mirabar.
Then you should be able to make it all on your own.
A day's... Okay. One of you roll persuasion with advantage.
What's your skill? Who's got the
Plus
higher one?
7.
Yeah, yours is better. Mine's 6.
With advantage. Ooh,
17.
thank God for advantage.
What was your first roll?
2.
2. He says, well, I mean, I suppose you did save me. That alone is worth the cost of the escort. A day's work, 20 gold apiece? Does that seem fair?
That'll do.
Excellent. Back to Mirabar, then. Ladies, gentlemen, he sort of motions to hit the people around him.
How are we going to do this with the wagon? Because his horse is dead.
The horse is dead. He's willing to just leave the wagon and just walk.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything valuable in the wagon?
Not really.
We should hitch one of our horses to the wagon, then we've got a fucking wagon!
Shh. The longer it takes, the more we get paid. He said 20 a piece
Wagon!
a day. 20 gold a day per person.
We can still go slow. We can just tell them we're going super careful and that you've been spotting things. I don't know.
That's true.
I don't want to pass up a chance at a wagon.
If you guys want to take the wagon, he's got no problem with that. He's sort of just given up on the whole...
Are we picturing like a literally like wagon cart or like a carriage or what is...
It's not a carriage, it's a wagon. It's a cart on the back of a horse.
But it has like a driver's seat he can sit up there and like...
From what you can see, it can fit 2 people sitting on the front and 4 people can sit in the back. Or more.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, and you guys can absolutely hook one of your horses to it. I don't know, because draft horses are usually the ones that pull a wagon. But I'm sure a riding horse could get the job done for a day.
I'm sure our ranger can animal handle his way or something. I'll volunteer my horse to pull the wagon.
All right.
And I'll try to drive it. Is that a skill? I don't even know.
I don't think it's. I mean, it might be a skill to like handle it under heavy duress, but to just have your horse go down the road, it shouldn't be too much trouble.
I'm sure we'll never reach any more duress the rest of the way.
All right. Turn the wagon. You've managed to turn the wagon around.
That's right. I mean, we also have all these people. This way we've got.
That's true. You want to actually load them up.
Slightly more imposing of a force.
All right, the folks load up in the wagon. I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah, and you put your horse on it. And the rest of you ride alongside. All right, I'm going to take you back to the...
Yeah.
So, you guys are about 20 miles out of Mirabar. How fast are you going?
So are we still on the same day?
Yeah.
From this encounter? Okay.
Yeah, it's probably about noon by now. You could make it to Mirabar today if you wanted to.
I assume we want to make it to town to sleep there rather than fucking sleep in the tent.
Okay.
If I know my camper rules, which is sleep in town and not in tents.
Right. All right, you're able to load everybody up on the wagon. The young man sits up front with you, Chasm, which is probably where he was sitting to begin with. He probably wouldn't be sitting in the bed of this wagon. But yeah, you guys are able to make the 20-mile trek into Mirabar. Once you get into Mirabar, pretty much as soon as you get in the gates, he hops off the wagon, and all his people hop off with him, and he just pulls out of his pouch some gold coins, and he starts counting and handing off to you all. And he says, "Well, thank you folk very much. I appreciate the assistance. If there's anything I can do for you, please let me know."
Can you recommend any places in Mirabar we can rest and buy things if we need to? Or have you heard any activities of giant things going on?
He says, I've certainly heard of activities. I haven't seen anything myself. I understand people have seen fire giants. What was the name of those woods? People have reported seeing fire giants heading south through Lurkwood. But I haven't seen that myself. No way to know if that's true or not. He stops for a second and says, "You all have a place to stay tonight?"
Fire giants in Larkwood. That doesn't match the Foop's map. No. We just came into town. We're on a journey.
He says, "You all can stay at my aunt's place for the night if you would like."
Sounds great.
He leads you through the town to Mirabar. Here's your little travelogue guide to Mirabar.
That's right.
Mirabar is the richest city in the north by far. It sits atop a knoll on the north side of the Mirar River, like an unassailable fortress, enclosed on all sides by sloped outer walls as wide as the base of many city blocks in Waterdeep. Defenders can fire arrows from atop the walls, or in winter pour water down them to make ice slides. There's no shortage of stone and weaponry. Even the docks have battlements and fortifications. Visitors to Mirabar often wonder why they don't see more dwarves, as humans make up the majority of the city's surface dwellers. He leads you through the streets until you come to a very opulent-looking mansion. He leads you inside, and it's super nice inside. Very decorative and very rich-looking. He says, he directs you to some guest rooms. He says, if you all just want to go down to the kitchen and ask them for any food you want, we probably won't see my aunt at all, but I'll certainly tell her of the help you gave me.
Who exactly is your aunt?
We haven't actually asked this dude's name or anything.
He says, my name... Oh, yeah, you didn't. My name is Eldon Samor. My aunt is... what is her name? Selen Rammer. Raymer? Let's go with Raymer. Ramur. I don't know how you pronounce that exactly. Raymer.
I like
she's Ramur. There you go. She's the Marchion of Mirabar. She's the government, basically.
She's the government.
I'm not much of a government student myself, but she runs the place. Anyway, have a nice stay. And he just sort of walks off and leaves you all in this nice place.
Bye.
So yeah, you guys can sleep for the night. It is getting late in the evening. If you decide to go down to the kitchen, like he said, you can just ask for whatever you want, and someone will make it for you. And generally just sort of walk around this very nice mansion until you get tired.
Yep, we're gonna raid the kitchen for all the best meals and get a nice hot bath.
Yep.
Advantage of the finest facilities. I'm gonna clip my toenails right in the middle of the living room.
Nice.
I mean, they probably need it. Been on the road for a while.
Yeah. All right. So you guys have a very nice evening in this palatial mansion. In the morning, as you guys are getting ready to leave, a retinue of armed dwarves, very heavily armed, very like bright silver armor and shields, come like marching towards you in formation, and they stop kind of right in front of you and separate. And there is a woman with bright red hair, very regal gown, who approaches you. She says, "You are the saviors of Nightstone, I presume."
Cousin sighs and says, "We really got to come up with an actual team name."
She says, "It seems like that's it. That's what all of Faerun seems to be calling you five."
It's not terribly catchy. I mean, we also saved Bryn Shander, so
She
you need
says,
like a Daenerys Targaryen style litany of titles.
She says, I heard about that as well. But they're still calling you Saviors of Nightstone, I guess because that's the story that spread first. Who knows? Anyway, I understand you saved my nephew.
Yeah, just dumb luck. We came upon him right when they were surrounded and captured by a pack of gnolls after they'd already killed the guard and eaten the horse. It was a nasty scene.
That is ghastly. Well, should you ever... Well, she looks at you all a little bit and says, I want to offer you something, but I understand my nephew's already paid you for your services, so let me offer you this instead. She comes in close to you all and says, if you ever find yourselves in Neverwinter, I have a friend there who you should visit. I'll send word to him if I can, but simply mention my name and that should work just as well. His name is Zelron Roaringhorn. He's a noble in Neverwinter. He's something of a... He's an ex-adventurer, very rich now. Sold all the spoils of his adventures, I understand. But he's currently running these galas in Neverwinter to raise money to repair the damage from these ghastly giant attacks that have been happening all over, Nightstone included, which is what makes me think you should visit him. He's also already been known to patronize adventurers that he finds are doing good work, and I can't imagine anyone would be in his better graces than the saviors of Nightstone themselves.
Like sponsor?
Yes.
Oh, we could get matching t-shirts.
That say nothing.
They're just white t-shirts.
It'd still be matching.
She says, yes, visit him, give him my name. I'm sure the trip will be well worth it. And this is actually a quest.
Okay, good. I didn't want to write all that down. Weren't we gonna go to Neverwinter for something else?
No, I don't think so. Well, you guys briefly considered going to Neverwinter because that's where those Zents were from.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And she the guards sort of go back into formation, and she just leaves.
Man, all these locations are spread out. I'm hoping Neverwinter is a place we can teleport to later then.
You never know. All right. Mirabar's got some. Well, before she leaves, she also tells you Mirabar has some shops of note for adventurers that occasionally sell magical items they come across. She gives you their names, and you guys can stop by those shops next time. Before we go, let's do experience real quick. You guys killed... How many gnolls did you kill? 1, 2, 3, 4... 5 gnolls that are worth 100 XP apiece. You killed 1 pack lord that is worth 450 experience. And 1 Fang of Yunagu that is worth 1100 experience.
That is a total of 2,050.
Is there anything for the stuff in Luskan?
No. No experience for any of that.
Our new XP total is 10,105.
How many was it a piece?
410.
All right. Let's get
Only we had 101,000.
Thank you to Eric, Heather, Reese, Rochelle, and Raymond. I am Chris. We are here doing D&D 5th Edition Storm King's Thunder every week. We will see you next time.